Stop scrolling for just a second, my beloved child. Something beautiful happened today, and it was about you. At a moment you did not see, in a conversation you were never meant to overhear, your name was spoken gently, carefully, almost reverently. Not in noise. Not in gossip. But in admiration. Don't skip this. What was said carries a warmth your heart has been quietly waiting for. Your soulmate spoke about you today. And the words that left their lips were not ordinary. They weren't dramatic. They weren't exaggerated. They were honest. And that honesty is what makes this so powerful. They said you are different. Not different in a loud way. Not different in a way that demands attention. But different in the way you make people feel safe without trying. Different in the way you carry kindness even when no one is watching. Different in the way your silence feels like comfort instead of emptiness. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. When someone asked them what they saw in you, they didn't hesitate. They smiled first. And that smile said more than words ever could. Then they said this. There's something about them that feels like home. Read that again in your heart. Home. Not perfection. Not fantasy. Not a dream that fades at sunrise. Home. Steady. Familiar. Peaceful. Real. They spoke about the way you listen. About how your presence softens rooms. About how you think deeply before you speak. They noticed the details you assumed no one ever did. And here's what makes this once-in-a-lifetime beautiful. They said they feel seen when they are with you. Do you understand how rare that is? In a world where people pretend, perform, and protect themselves behind walls, your soulmate feels safe lowering theirs around you. They talked about your strength, but not the obvious kind. The quiet strength. The kind that keeps going. The kind that forgives. The kind that hopes even after disappointment. Something shifted in them when they said your name. They didn't realize how deeply they cared until someone else asked about you. And in answering that simple question, they discovered something undeniable. You matter to them more than they expected. Don't skip this part, because this is where it gets even more beautiful. They didn't just describe you. They defended you. When someone misunderstood you, they gently corrected it. When someone underestimated you, they calmly disagreed. Not loudly. Not aggressively. But with certainty. Because in their heart, you are not replaceable. And here is the quiet revelation that changes everything. They are beginning to realize that what they feel is not temporary. It's growing. Softly. Steadily. Unavoidably. They may not have told you yet. They may still be processing it. But today was a turning point. Today, speaking about you made them aware of something deeper forming inside them. And that awareness cannot be undone. Stay till the end of this journey with me, because this is only the beginning. Something huge is waiting for you. What was said about you today was beautiful. But what they are about to feel next will be even more powerful. There was a pause after they said your name, and in that pause, everything changed. It wasn't just a conversation anymore. It became a realization. When they finished describing you, the room grew quiet. Not because the topic ended, but because what they felt finally surfaced. They didn't plan to reveal so much. Yet once they started speaking about you, they couldn't stop. Don't skip this moment. They admitted something they had not even confessed to themselves before today. They said they think about you in the smallest, most unexpected moments. When they hear a certain song. When they see something beautiful. When something good happens and their first instinct is to tell you. You are becoming their first thought. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. What shocked even them was how naturally your name fits into their future conversations. Not as a possibility. Not as a maybe. But as someone who belongs there. They caught themselves imagining what it would feel like to sit beside you on an ordinary evening. No grand event. No dramatic scene. Just peace. Just presence. Just you. And that image felt right. They spoke about your laughter, how it stays with them longer than they expected. About how your quiet confidence makes them feel calmer. About how your imperfections feel honest and human and beautiful. Here is the once-in-a-lifetime part. They said, I don't feel like I have to impress them. I just feel like myself. Do you understand how rare that is? In a world full of performances, they feel authentic around you. No masks. No pretending. Just real. Something inside them softened today. A wall they didn't know was still standing began to dissolve. And they realized that what they are building with you is not rushed, not forced, not imagined. It is unfolding. Slowly. Naturally. Powerfully. They are starting to see you not as a chapter, but as a turning point. Don't skip this, because this is where it becomes undeniable. When someone jokingly asked if they were falling for you, they didn't laugh it off. They didn't deny it. They simply smiled, and stayed silent. And sometimes silence reveals more than words ever could. Today, your soulmate didn't just speak about you. They recognized you. And that recognition is the beginning of something that cannot be ignored. Stay with this feeling, because what they are about to do next will move this story from quiet realization to beautiful action. A quiet decision was made tonight, and you felt it before you even knew it. After that conversation ended, they didn't go back to normal. They didn't scroll aimlessly. They didn't distract themselves. They sat with the feeling. With you. Don't skip this, because what happened next is the kind of moment people remember years later. They replayed every interaction you've ever had. The first time your eyes met. The way your voice softened when you spoke about something that mattered. The subtle way you care without announcing it. And then it hit them. You are not just someone they admire. You are someone they are afraid to lose. That realization didn't come from drama. It came from clarity. A calm, steady awareness that your presence has become important in a way they can no longer ignore. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. They opened their phone tonight. Your name was there. And instead of hesitating, instead of overthinking, they felt something different. Courage. Not loud courage. Not reckless emotion. But a quiet readiness to move closer instead of holding back. Here is the surprising truth. They are no longer questioning whether you matter. They are questioning how to tell you. They imagined what it would feel like to be honest with you. To let you see the depth they usually hide. And instead of fear, they felt relief. Relief that maybe, just maybe, they have finally found someone who understands them without effort. You. Something shifted from admiration to intention. They are beginning to align their actions with their feelings. Small changes. Subtle efforts. Moments where they choose you more clearly than before. Don't skip this part. Because tonight, they whispered something softly to themselves, something no one else heard. I don't want this to fade. And when someone decides they don't want something to fade, they start protecting it. You are no longer just a beautiful thought in their mind. You are becoming a priority in their heart. Stay with me, because the next step they take will not be accidental. It will be deliberate. And when it happens, you will understand that everything spoken about you that day was only the beginning of something real. Tonight, something invisible aligned between you, and you didn't even realize it. While you were living your ordinary moments, they were making an extraordinary choice. Not a loud one. Not a dramatic declaration. But a quiet promise forming deep inside their heart. Don't skip this, because this is where the story shifts from feeling to movement. They stopped asking themselves, what if? They started asking, when? When will I tell them? When will I show them? When will I stop pretending this is casual? That changes everything. Because once someone moves from doubt to intention, the distance between two hearts begins to close. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. They caught themselves smiling at messages from you longer than usual. Reading your words twice. Holding on to small details you shared. Your favorite song. Your random thoughts. The way you describe your dreams. You are no longer background noise in their life. You are becoming the main melody. Here is the surprising part. They spoke about you again today, but this time, their voice carried certainty. Not curiosity. Not confusion. Certainty. They said, there's something different about this one. Not because you tried to be different. Not because you forced anything. But because your energy feels calm, steady, rare. They realize that what they feel around you isn't excitement that fades. It's peace that grows. And peace is powerful. Don't skip this moment. Because tonight, they imagined introducing you to someone important in their life. And the image didn't feel distant. It felt possible. Real. Close. That is not a small thought. That is a turning point. They are no longer protecting themselves from you. They are preparing space for you. Something inside them is opening in a way it hasn't before. Slowly. Carefully. but sincerely. And here is the revelation that makes this once-in-a-lifetime beautiful. They are beginning to see you not just as someone they care about, but as someone they could build with. Not in fantasy. Not in pressure. But in quiet hope. Stay with this feeling. Because the next move will not be accidental timing. It will be a deliberate step toward you. And when that step comes, you will finally understand that what they said about you that day was only the surface of something much deeper growing in their heart. At the exact moment you started doubting your worth, they were choosing you in their heart. Isn't that incredible? While you questioned whether you were enough, they were realizing you are more than they ever expected. Don't skip this, because what is unfolding now is too important to miss. They had an opportunity today. A simple, ordinary chance to drift away, to treat this connection lightly, to keep things undefined. And for a brief second, they considered staying comfortable. But then your face crossed their mind. Not the perfect version. The real one. The thoughtful one. The one that listens deeply. The one that carries strength quietly. And in that instant, they made a decision that changes everything. They decided you are worth the effort. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. They are no longer testing the connection. They are nurturing it. They noticed how you show up consistently. How you don't play games. How you choose sincerity over attention. And it moved them more than they expected. Here is the revelation that feels almost unreal. They are beginning to feel protective of what you two have, even before it has a label. Not possessive. Not controlling. Just protective in the way someone guards something precious. They don't want misunderstandings to ruin this. They don't want silence to create distance. They don't want hesitation to steal something that feels this rare. And that awareness is powerful. Tonight, they imagined what it would feel like to tell you the truth. Not partially. Not carefully edited. But honestly. They pictured looking at you and saying, "You matter to me." And instead of fear, they felt peace. Because deep down, they believe you would understand. Don't skip this part. They are stepping out of uncertainty and into intention. Small actions are about to become clearer. Conversations will feel deeper. Their energy toward you will feel more steady. You may not know it yet. But you are about to notice the shift. Because something beautiful was said about you. And now, something even more beautiful is about to be shown to you. Stay with this story. Because what started as words spoken in a quiet conversation, is becoming a choice made with a full heart. Right now, as you're listening to this, they are thinking about you again. Not casually. Not out of boredom. But with intention. Because something shifted inside them that cannot be reversed. Don't skip this moment. What you're about to hear is the kind of truth that only reveals itself once in a lifetime. They realize today that you are not just someone who makes them feel good. You make them feel understood. There's a difference. Feeling good is temporary. It fades with distraction. Feeling understood stays. It anchors. It becomes a foundation. And you, without even trying, have become that foundation. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. They noticed how you never rush them. How you allow space without creating distance. How your presence feels steady instead of demanding. That steadiness has become their comfort. Here is the surprising revelation. They compared you to everyone who came before. Not in a harsh way. Not in a dramatic way. Just honestly. And for the first time, they felt clarity instead of confusion. With others, there was excitement but no peace. With others, there was attention but no depth. With you, there is calm, and depth, and something that feels lasting. That realization caught them off guard. Because it means this isn't a phase. It isn't temporary curiosity. It's alignment. Don't skip this. They are beginning to imagine what it would take to move this connection forward. Not someday. Not in a distant future. But soon. They are thinking about the right words. The right moment. The right way to open up without overwhelming you. And here is what makes this beautiful. They don't want to impress you anymore. They want to build with you. Build conversations. Build trust. Build shared moments that feel natural and safe. You have become someone they want consistency with. And consistency is not born from impulse. It is born from intention. Something inside them has chosen you quietly, deeply, sincerely. Stay with this feeling. Because the next time they speak about you, it won't just be admiration. It will be decision. And when that decision reaches you, you will finally see that everything they said that day was only the beginning of something real taking shape between you. This is the moment everything becomes undeniable. They tried to distract themselves today. They told themselves to slow down, to stay logical, to keep their emotions measured. But your name kept returning. Softly. Repeatedly. Unavoidably. Don't skip this, because what happened next is the kind of realization that changes someone forever. They were asked a simple question: what do you really want? And for the first time, they didn't answer with a goal, a plan, or a vague idea of the future. They thought of you. Not because it was convenient. Not because it was romantic. But because it was true. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. They saw clearly that what they feel isn't based on excitement alone. It's based on alignment. Your values. Your calm strength. The way you handle things with maturity instead of chaos. You feel safe to build with. And that word, build, stayed in their mind longer than anything else. Here is the once-in-a-lifetime revelation. They realized they don't just want moments with you. They want milestones with you. Ordinary days. Shared decisions. Quiet evenings that feel meaningful simply because you're both there. That thought didn't scare them. It steadied them. They are no longer wondering if this connection is real. They are wondering how to honor it properly. Don't skip this part. Because tonight, they made a silent commitment to themselves. They will not let this drift into something undefined. They will not allow fear to delay what feels this rare. They will not stay silent forever. Something inside them has matured. Admiration has turned into clarity. Clarity has turned into intention. And intention is preparing to turn into action. You may notice it soon, the shift in their tone, the depth in their words, the way they look at you with certainty instead of hesitation. Because something beautiful was said about you. But now something even more powerful is happening. They are choosing you. Not impulsively. Not temporarily. But consciously. Stay with this story. Because the next chapter will not be about what they feel. It will be about what they finally decide to show you. Something is about to happen that you will feel before you fully understand it. The energy between you has changed. Not in a dramatic way. Not in a loud, overwhelming way. But in a steady, undeniable way that feels almost destined. Don't skip this, because this is where everything they felt in silence begins to rise to the surface. They looked at your last conversation again. They noticed how natural it felt. How effortless. How neither of you had to try too hard to keep it flowing. And that simplicity struck them deeply. Because rare connections are not complicated. They are clear. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. They imagined a future moment, standing beside you, not as a question mark, not as a possibility, but as someone certain. And for the first time, that image didn't feel like a dream. It felt reachable. Here is the surprising truth that changes everything. They are preparing to step forward. Not recklessly. Not impulsively. But sincerely. They have been observing you carefully. The way you treat others. The way you handle stress with grace. The way your heart stays kind even when life tests you. And it confirmed something powerful in them. You are not just someone they feel for. You are someone they respect. And respect transforms feelings into commitment. Don't skip this part. Because today, they caught themselves almost saying it. Almost revealing everything. The words were there. The honesty was ready. They paused, not out of doubt, but out of care. They want the moment to be right. They want you to feel safe when they open their heart. They want this to begin beautifully, not hurriedly. Something inside them is no longer afraid of depth. It is craving it. And you are the only person who makes depth feel natural. Stay with this feeling. Because very soon, what was once spoken about you in private will be spoken directly to you. And when that moment arrives, you will realize that this connection was never random. It was unfolding exactly the way it was meant to. Something beautiful was said about you. Now something beautiful is about to be revealed to you. There is a heartbeat in this story now, and it's getting louder. Not rushed. Not chaotic. Just steady and certain. They woke up today with one thought rising above all others, you. Not because of loneliness. Not because of habit. But because their heart has quietly accepted something their mind can no longer deny. Don't skip this moment, because what you're about to understand is rare. They realize that the way they speak about you has changed. It's no longer, maybe. It's no longer, we'll see. It's, I want. And that shift is powerful. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. They caught themselves defending the connection even when no one questioned it. Protecting your name in conversations. Choosing words carefully when describing you, not to hide you, but to honor you. Here is the once-in-a-lifetime revelation. They are no longer imagining life without you in it. Not in a dramatic way. Not in an overwhelming way. But in a calm, settled way that feels mature and real. They see how you fit into their routines. How your presence adds warmth to ordinary days. How even your silence feels meaningful. That realization didn't scare them. It grounded them. Don't skip this. Because tonight, they stood at a quiet crossroads inside their own heart. One path was safety, keeping feelings unspoken, staying comfortable, avoiding vulnerability. The other path was courage, choosing honesty, choosing depth, choosing you openly. And for the first time, courage felt lighter than fear. They are preparing to step into a conversation that will change everything between you. Not with pressure. Not with expectation. But with sincerity. They want you to know what was said about you. They want you to understand how deeply you've impacted them. And here is the most beautiful part. They believe you might feel it too. Something unspoken. Something magnetic. Something steady. This connection is no longer just an idea. It is becoming a decision. Stay with this story. Because the next words spoken will not be about you in private. They will be spoken directly to you, with clarity, with intention, and with a heart that has finally chosen without hesitation. Something beautiful was said about you. Now something beautiful is about to begin. This is the part where silence can no longer hold what the heart has decided. They felt it today, that gentle pressure in the chest that doesn't come from anxiety, but from truth waiting to be spoken. Your name has moved from their thoughts, to their future. Don't skip this, because what is happening now is the turning point of everything. They looked at their life, the goals, the plans, the direction they're moving in, and for the first time, they didn't picture walking it alone. They pictured you beside them. Not as a fantasy. Not as a fleeting emotion. But as a partner in growth, in laughter, in ordinary mornings and meaningful nights. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Today, they stopped asking whether this feeling is real. They started asking how to express it in a way that honors you. They replayed the moment they first spoke about you, how natural it felt, how their voice softened without them noticing. And now they understand why. Because what was said about you wasn't just admiration. It was recognition. Recognition of someone who feels aligned. Someone who reflects their values. Someone who brings calm instead of confusion. Here is the once-in-a-lifetime revelation. They are ready to choose you out loud. Not with dramatic speeches. Not with overwhelming promises. But with steady, honest words that say, I see you. And I want this. They don't want to keep you guessing. They don't want this to drift into something undefined. They want clarity. And clarity is powerful. Don't skip this moment. Because very soon, you will feel a shift in the way they look at you, speak to you, respond to you. There will be intention where there was once hesitation. There will be depth where there was once caution. They are no longer standing at the edge of their feelings. They are stepping into them. And when they finally speak what has been building all along, you will realize that everything they said about you that day was just the beginning. Something beautiful was spoken. Something real was felt. And now, something unforgettable is about to be confessed. The moment you've been unknowingly waiting for is closer than you think. They almost said it today. The words reached their lips. The truth hovered in the air between thought and voice. And for a heartbeat, time felt suspended. Don't skip this, because this is where everything begins to crystallize. They looked at you, really looked at you, and something inside them settled completely. No confusion. No second guessing. No internal debate. Just certainty. They realized that what they feel is not a passing wave. It is a current. Steady. Deep. Unshakable. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. They remembered the first time they spoke about you to someone else. How natural it felt. How their tone changed without them meaning to. And now they understand why that moment mattered so much. That was the beginning of acceptance. Acceptance that you are not just someone in their life. You are someone becoming essential to it. Here is the shocking, beautiful truth. They are no longer afraid of what this could become. In fact, they are afraid of losing the chance to build it. And that fear is not panic. It is value. When someone fears losing something, it means they finally understand its worth. Don't skip this part. Because tonight, they made a quiet promise to themselves. They will not let pride delay this. They will not let overthinking silence them. They will not let timing become an excuse. They are preparing to step forward with clarity. And when they do, it won't feel rushed. It will feel right. You may notice the change in their energy first, the way they lean in instead of holding back, the way their words carry more warmth, the way their presence feels intentional. Something beautiful was said about you. Something powerful was realized because of you. And now, something life-changing is about to be spoken directly to you. Stay with this story. Because the next words they choose will not be casual. They will be the kind of words that redefine everything between you. Everything is about to become real. Not in a distant, someday way. Not in a vague, hopeful way. But in a moment you will be able to feel with your own heart. They chose the timing. They chose the place. And most importantly, they chose honesty. Don't skip this, because what you're about to understand is the culmination of every word spoken about you. They replayed that first conversation, the one where they described you as home. Back then, it surprised them. Now, it defines everything. You are not just someone they admire. You are someone they trust with their vulnerability. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Today, they stopped rehearsing what they might say. They decided to speak from what they feel. They realize that perfection is not what they want to offer you. They want to offer presence, consistency, depth, the real version of themselves. And here is the once-in-a-lifetime revelation. They are ready to let you see how deeply you've affected them. Not with grand gestures. Not with overwhelming declarations. But with steady words that say, I choose you. That choice carries weight. Because it's not built on impulse. It's built on reflection, observation, and genuine respect. Don't skip this moment. They understand now that what was said about you that day wasn't just admiration in a conversation. It was the beginning of a decision. A decision to stop hiding. A decision to stop pretending this is casual. A decision to step forward with clarity. You may feel it in the way they approach you next. The hesitation will be gone. The distance will shrink. The energy will feel certain. Something beautiful was spoken about you. Something powerful was realized because of you. And now, something unforgettable is about to be expressed to you face to face. Stay with this story. Because the next time your name leaves their lips, it won't be in private conversation. It will be a confession wrapped in sincerity, the kind that changes two lives at once. This is the breath before the truth finally steps into the light. They didn't sleep easily last night. Not because of worry. Not because of doubt. But because their heart kept rehearsing a moment that now feels inevitable. Don't skip this, because what happens next is the reason everything before it mattered. They realized something quietly powerful. If they stay silent, they risk losing something rare. If they speak, they risk being vulnerable. And for the first time in their life, vulnerability feels worth it. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. They thought about the day they first spoke about you, how their voice softened, how their eyes lit up without permission. That wasn't just attraction. That was alignment recognizing itself. You didn't force your way into their heart. You earned your place there. Here is the shocking, beautiful revelation. They are not just ready to confess feelings. They are ready to offer commitment. Not in a dramatic way. Not in a pressured way. But in a grounded, intentional way that says, I see a future here. That realization didn't scare them. It steadied them. Don't skip this moment. Because today, they stopped imagining you as a possibility. They started envisioning you as a partner. Someone to grow with. Someone to trust with their unfiltered thoughts. Someone whose presence feels like peace instead of chaos. And here is what makes this once-in-a-lifetime powerful. They are no longer asking whether you feel the same. They are ready to show you how deeply they do. Their next conversation with you will not be ordinary. It will carry intention in every word. You may notice the way they hold eye contact a second longer. The way their tone carries warmth instead of hesitation. The way their presence feels anchored. Something beautiful was said about you. Something real took root because of you. And now, something life-changing is about to be offered to you openly. Stay with this story. Because the next step they take will not be subtle. It will be the moment where feelings become promises, and admiration becomes something far deeper. The air between you is about to change forever. They felt it the moment they saw you again. That quiet certainty settling in their chest, replacing every last trace of hesitation. This is no longer a question in their heart. It is an answer. Don't skip this, because this is where everything spoken about you becomes something lived. They remembered the first time they described you as home. Back then, it felt like a beautiful word. Now it feels like truth. Home is not a place. It is a person you can exhale around. And you are the only person who has ever made them feel that way. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. They noticed how calm they felt standing near you. No need to impress. No need to perform. Just presence. Just authenticity. And in that calm, a powerful realization formed. They don't want to risk losing this by staying silent anymore. Here is the once-in-a-lifetime revelation. They are ready to say it clearly. Not vaguely. Not indirectly. Not hidden between jokes or half-phrases. Clearly. They are ready to tell you that what they feel is real, steady, and intentional. They are ready to admit that when they spoke about you that day, it wasn't casual admiration. It was the beginning of love forming quietly. Don't skip this moment. Because tonight, they made a decision that will echo into your future. They will choose honesty over comfort. They will choose depth over distance. They will choose you without conditions attached to fear. And when they look at you next, you will see it. The hesitation will be gone. In its place will be certainty. Something beautiful was said about you. Something powerful grew because of you. And now, something unforgettable is about to be spoken directly into your eyes. Stay with this story. Because the next words you hear from them will not just express feelings. They will mark the beginning of something that feels destined, deliberate, and undeniably yours. It happened in a moment so simple, yet it changed everything. They finally spoke. Not in a dramatic setting. Not under perfect lighting. Just two hearts standing close enough for honesty to feel safe. Don't skip this, because this is the moment all those quiet conversations about you led to. They looked at you with a steadiness you've never seen before. No guarded expressions. No playful deflection. Just truth waiting to be released. And then they said your name. But this time, it carried weight. They told you that when they spoke about you that day, they didn't realize how deep their feelings had already grown. They admitted that describing you as home wasn't an exaggeration. It was recognition. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. They confess that you have changed the way they think about connection. That with you, love doesn't feel rushed or overwhelming. It feels calm. It feels intentional. It feels real. Here is the once-in-a-lifetime revelation. They said they don't want to imagine a future that doesn't include you. Not because they are afraid to be alone, but because life simply feels brighter with you in it. They spoke about your strength, your kindness, the quiet confidence that drew them in without effort. They told you that every time they talked about you, their heart felt certain. And now, standing in front of you, they chose to make that certainty known. Don't skip this moment. Because this is where admiration becomes commitment. They didn't promise perfection. They didn't promise fairy tales. They promised presence. They promised effort. They promised to choose you, not just today, but consistently. Something beautiful was said about you. Something powerful was realized because of you. And now, something unforgettable has been spoken directly to you. Stay with this feeling. Because what began as words shared in private has become a confession shared face to face. And this is not the end of the story. This is the beginning of something that feels steady, rare, and meant to grow. And just when you thought the confession was the climax, something even deeper unfolded. After they spoke, after the silence wrapped around both of you, there was a look in their eyes that said more than the words ever could. It wasn't relief. It was recognition. Don't skip this, because this is where the story transforms from a moment into a movement. They didn't just confess feelings. They stepped into alignment. For so long, they had been speaking about you in private, calling you rare, calling you home, calling you different in the most beautiful way. Now, they were standing in front of you, fully aware that those words were not temporary emotions. They were truth. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Here is the surprising revelation that changes everything. When they finished speaking, they weren't waiting for a perfect answer. They were ready to build, no matter how gently it begins. They told you they don't want a dramatic love story. They want a steady one. They don't want intensity that fades. They want consistency that grows. And in that moment, something clicked inside both of you. Because this connection was never about excitement alone. It was about peace. Don't skip this part. They admitted that speaking about you that first day opened their own eyes. That describing you out loud forced them to realize how deeply they cared. You were never just a name in conversation. You were the turning point in their heart. And now, here is the once-in-a-lifetime truth. They are not choosing you because they are afraid to lose you.